Welcome to the online lecture series of Turbo Machines. Here is Professor Lakshman Mane. This is lecture on centrifugal pumps part 1, that is classification, construction and working of centrifugal pumps. I acknowledge my sincere thanks to the following authors and courtesy for being used these concepts to make this video session. In this session, you will be able to illustrate classification of centrifugal pumps. You will be able to explain construction and working principle of centrifugal pump, and you will also be able to explain applications of centrifugal pumps. Let us discuss the difference between centrifugal pump and inward flow turbine. Centrifugal pump is a power consuming device, while inward flow turbine is a power producing device. In case of centrifugal pump, water enters to the eye of impeller axially and leaves the blade radially, while in case of inward flow turbine, water moves radially inward from periphery to center of runner. In case of centrifugal pump, water flows from low altitude to high altitude, while in case of turbine, water flow takes place from high altitude to low altitude. Now we will see difference between positive displacement pumps and rotodynamic pumps. Example of positive displacement pump is a reciprocating pump. In this pump, amount of liquid taken on suction side is equal to amount of liquid transferred to delivery side. Example of rotodynamic pump is centrifugal pump. In this case, fluid is displaced positively from suction side to delivery side. In case of positive displacement pumps, increase in energy level is due to pressure energy only, while in case of rotodynamic pumps, increase in energy level is due to a combination of centrifugal energy, pressure energy and kinetic energy. Introduction to centrifugal pumps. So here you can observe animation of centrifugal pump. A centrifugal pump is a hydraulic machine which converts the mechanical energy into pressure energy. It is used to lift a liquid to the required height. So the rotation of the impeller is used to produce a manometric head which is imparted on the water. By that, water is lifted from low altitude to high altitude. Types of centrifugal pumps. Centrifugal pumps are classified as per the number of impellers into two types: single stage pumps and multi-stage pumps. In case of single stage pumps, single impeller is, and in case of multi-stage, number of impellers are more than one. As per fluid flow direction, pumps are classified as radial flow pump, axial flow pumps and mixed flow pumps. As per working head, they are classified as low head pumps, medium head pumps and high head pumps. For low head pump, head is up to 15 meter. For medium head pumps, head is from 15 meter to 40 meter, and for high head pump, head is above 40 meter. As per impeller type, centrifugal pumps are classified into three types: closed impeller pump, semi-open impeller pump, and open impeller pump. So now we will see construction and working of centrifugal pump. So here we find a two-dimensional view of centrifugal pump. So major components are impeller, volute casing, suction pipe, delivery pipe, footwall, and strainer. Now we will see one by one in detail. Impeller. Here we can see a wheel with a series of backward curved vanes, that is called as impeller. There are three types: closed impeller, semi-open impeller, and open impeller. Closed impeller. Vanes are provided with metal cover on both sides. Hence, it provides better guidance to the liquid, and thus it has high efficiency. So here you can see a picture images of closed impeller. These are especially used for liquid free from debris. Semi-open impeller. In this kind of impeller, vanes are provided with metal cover on only one side. It is suitable for liquid containing some debris. Open impeller. In this case, vanes are not provided with any cover plate. These kind of impeller are used for pumping containing suspended matter like paper pulp, sewage, water containing sand, etc. Casing. Water from impeller enters the casing, so it is a housing part of pump. Casing with uniformly increasing cross-sectional area along the circumference. Material of casing is cast steel. Types: volute casing, vortex casing, and casing with guide blades. It is also called as diffuser casing. Volute casing. Here we can observe area of flow gradually increases from eye of impeller to delivery pipe. So in this case, loss of energy occurs due to formation of eddies. Vortex casing. In this kind of casing, circular chamber is provided between the impeller and volute chamber. So here you can see a circular chamber is shown with dotted line. Because of vortex casing or this circular chamber, here loss of energy due to formation of eddies is reduced. Diffuser casing. Casing impeller is surrounded by a series of guide vanes which are mounted on a ring, which is known as diffuser. So here you can see this is what diffuser. Water enters impeller without shock. So advantage of diffuser is what? Water enters impeller without shock. Suction pipe. One end of this pipe is connected to eye and other is deep in liquid. Delivery pipe. One end of delivery pipe is connected to casing and other end goes to overhead tank. Footwall. It allows water in only one direction. That's why it is also called as unidirectional wall. It prevents the suction line from running empty after the pump is stopped. Strainer. The primary function of strainer in a pump system is to serve as filter from the pump and piping, means it prevents the entry of debris to the piping system and pump system. Applications of centrifugal pumps. Centrifugal pumps are used in agriculture and irrigation, as a water pump in buildings, in sewage treatment plants, in firefighting systems, in oil refineries, and in chemical and process industries. At the end of this session, you can illustrate classification of centrifugal pumps. You can explain construction and working principle of centrifugal pump, and you can explain applications of centrifugal pumps. If you like this video, please subscribe and share. Thank you.